A profound silence blankets the mountain courtyard. The builder steps into the construction zone, carrying PVC pipes to initiate the water circulation blueprint for the miniature landscape. She positions the rigid conduits beside the cement castle, carefully calculating the precise elevation required for the waterfall's optimal flow. This initial measurement is not a casual visual guess, but a rigorous calibration of underlying fluid dynamics. Physical friction meets rigid material resistance. Seating herself by the pool, she grips the steel hacksaw and begins to slice through the thick polymer, transforming raw materials into functional components. The rhythmic scraping echoes across the tranquil valley, demanding absolute precision as the saw blade bites deeper into the pipe. With intense focus, she ensures every millimeter of the cut is flawless. For even a minor error in the joint would inevitably compromise the integrity of the entire hydraulic system. Adhesion demands absolute perfection. She slides the glued fittings into the pre-drilled apertures of the cement model, ensuring a watertight seal for the upcoming water flow. Discarding the excess fragments, she applies a thick layer of sealant over the newly formed joints to prevent any future leakage. This meticulous embedding process is not just about connecting tubes, but about forging an impermeable vascular network within the miniature fortress. Perspective demands physical distance. Stepping back, she evaluates the vertical alignment of the installed conduits against the overall layout, seeking structural harmony. Kneeling on the concrete edge, she makes another precise cut to accommodate the long-span pipeline across the pool. However, adjusting the connection angles repeatedly reveals the complexity of the task. As she seeks the perfect aesthetic balance between industrial plumbing and natural landscaping, order emerges from daily chaos. As the daylight begins to shift, she categorizes the remaining plumbing materials and returns the tools to their protective pouches. The unfinished yet exquisite landscape model stands as a silent testament to her relentless dedication and skilled craftsmanship. A day's labor concludes, yet the grand vision of the circulating fountain is only just taking its initial shape. Foundation dictates long-term longevity. Transitioning from plumbing to masonry, she meticulously levels the excess cement on the castle's base to prepare for the next phase. The metal trowel glides over the wet mortar, transforming a rough surface into a flawlessly flat platform. This rigorous smoothing process is not simply about visual aesthetics, but about creating a structurally sound pedestal for the impending brickwork. Masonry demands a rhythmic precision. Laying a bed of thick mortar, she positions the first red brick and taps it gently to ensure a solid and level bond. Filling the joints with rich slurry, she guarantees that every gap is densely packed for maximum structural stability. Her unwavering focus on the straight alignment reveals the deep muscle memory of a seasoned craftsman. She carefully adjusts the angle of each block to ensure the newly built weir runs perfectly parallel to the main model structure. Interlocking patterns build immense structural strength. Commencing the second tier, she applies mortar in a staggered fashion to maximize the wall's tensile resistance against lateral forces. The sprawling red brick weir gradually takes shape against the lush, verdant backdrop of the mountain forest, clearly defining the pool's boundary with precision and care. Each firm tap of the trowel handle confirms the solid settlement of the bricks, echoing the steady rhythmic heartbeat of the construction site. As it slowly rises from the earth, she embeds two small PVC conduits into the brick grooves, adjusting their spacing with precision. Thick cement encases the pipes, locking them firmly in place to prevent any future leakage or loosening. Clearing the openings ensures unobstructed flow for the water cycle system. This step is vital for the miniature ecosystem's function. Finally, she smooths the top seams with a trowel. Her movements calm and deliberate as she inspects the work from a broader perspective. Satisfaction fuels continuous progress. Pausing her work, she gazes at the burgeoning castle base, silently acknowledging the day's substantial achievements and structural milestones. Donning fresh white gloves, she resumes the precise application of mortar along the brick edges to maintain the highest quality standards. Every carefully placed and tapped brick brings the architectural vision closer to its ultimate and magnificent realization. Details define overall quality. Fetching a fresh batch of mortar, she reinforces the front steps and meticulously points every joint to unify the base into a solid mass. While the structural layers multiply, she seals the critical junctions of the water circulation system to ensure absolute watertight integrity. Sweeping the trowel horizontally, she encapsulates the newly laid bricks, not transforming individual components into a cohesive monolith. Sculpting demands raw intuition. Moving to the rear elevation, she abandons the trowel and uses her bare hands to mold the towering mountain peak from wet cement. Yet this tactile manipulation of the material breathes a natural and rugged texture into the artificial landscape, effectively mimicking real geological formations. After smoothing the final outlet and clearing the debris, she marks the triumphant completion of the primary earthworks. The assembly demands immense fortitude. She rotates the heavy cement basin, carefully smoothing every connecting seam to guarantee absolute waterproof integrity before the final installation. Hoisting the massive vessel onto the mountain summit, she inserts the metal conduit for the future waterfall, establishing the core functional node of the entire landscape. Finally, troweling fresh cement at the junction, she fuses the basin and the peak into a single unyielding entity that stands as a testament to her meticulous craftsmanship. She circles the artificial mountain, meticulously inspecting every wrinkle and seam. Her goal is to ensure each detail mimics the organic logic of natural rock formations. The completed structure stands as a monumental testament to her relentless craftsmanship and artistic vision. This phase of construction reaches its zenith, with only final functional integrations remaining to be executed. Texture tells a compelling story. Applying a thick layer of cement to the base corners, she prepares the vertical walls for intricate detailing and realistic weathering effects. Using her gloved fingers, she pulls the wet mortar into delicate wrinkles, creating a highly convincing rock surface texture. Adjusting the protruding rocks and refining the mountain's silhouette, she transforms raw concrete into a believable geological masterpiece. Artistry demands quiet reflection. Carving the miniature front peak, she treats every inch of the surface with the reverence of a master sculptor shaping a monumental artwork. The two initially shaped mountains now dominate the courtyard, their imposing presence fundamentally reshaping the entire spatial dynamic of the landscape. She steps back to survey the relative layout, ensuring perfect balance between the structures. Removing her gloves, she sits on the brick wall in quiet contemplation, absorbing the sheer magnitude of her creation with a sense of weary satisfaction. Planning precedes heavy action. Examining a stray metal pipe, she mentally drafts the blueprint for the upcoming structural reinforcement, anticipating the physical challenges ahead. Walking through the blooming path, She reaches the clear ditch and fills her buckets with flowing stream water. This vital natural resource will soon serve as the essential mixing agent for the next phase of heavy construction. The rhythmic sound of rushing water underscores the deliberate pace of her preparations. Reinforcement demands industrial steel. Dragging a massive coil of thick wire, she shoulders the heavy burden and begins measuring the required circumference for the support arcs. Donning her protective gloves, she carefully secures the metal and ignites the angle grinder to begin the precise cutting process. A shower of brilliant sparks erupts as the grinding wheel bites into the steel, signaling the stark transition from simple masonry to complex metallurgy. The raw power of the tool is evident in every spark. Fusion demands extreme precision. Disconnecting the power, she rolls the heavy wire coil into the shade and positions the welding machine at the center of the workspace. Gripping the welding clamp, she aligns the steel ends and initiates the first spot weld to secure the framework. Intense sparks cascade onto the concrete floor as the molten metal fuses the structural skeleton together. Proving this is not just about joining metals, but about forging an unyielding skeletal framework. The steel structure begins to take its definitive physical form. With one hand firmly stabilizing the massive wire frame, she delivers precise welds to close the main load-bearing arcs, ensuring maximum tensile strength for the entire assembly. She pauses briefly to verify the exact dimensions, confirming the structural integrity is sound, before removing her protective goggles to visually inspect the welded joints. Then, with methodical care, she coils the heavy welding cables and stores the used tools, quietly preparing the site for the final and most critical installation phase ahead. The installation marks the ultimate climax, hoisting the colossal semicircular wireframe. She tests its weight before transporting it to the central pool, navigating the uneven terrain with practiced ease. Straddling the skeletal structure over the bridge, she meticulously adjusts the alignment until it sits perfectly in place. Once she confirms the anchor points are secure, she releases her grip, leaving the steel framework standing firm in the rockery pond. Standing aside with hands on hips, she gazes at this towering metallic artwork, a profound sense of accomplishment radiating from her posture. Culinary art awaits her return. Chopping fresh green herbs with precision, she prepares the aromatic marinade over the crackling firewood stove, filling the air with rich and inviting scents. Wearing white gloves, she massages the spices deep into the skin and flesh of the cleaned duck, ensuring every fiber absorbs the complex flavors for maximum taste. She even opens the interior to fill it, then secures the marinated bird inside the metal grill clamp, carefully locking the edges to set the stage for a well-deserved and hearty feast. Patience yields culinary perfection. Listening to the sizzling fat, she meticulously adjusts the grill's angle with light and precise movements, to achieve an even and deep red crust, preventing any uneven burning. Concentrating the heat with a makeshift lid, she monitors the roasting process until the skin turns irresistibly crispy and golden brown. Deciding it is time, she carefully lifts the clamp to check the final hot spots before carrying the finished product toward the dining area, sliding the fragrant duck onto a fresh banana leaf on the wooden table. She presents a masterpiece of rustic gastronomy that looks truly inviting.